Hi, I'm Will from Tested.
Norm from Tested.
Norm, Thursday is Thanksgiving.
It's Thursday.
It's my favorite holiday of the year.
Why is that?
Well, turkey and stuffing and gravy and mashed potatoes,
Turkey.
green bean casserole, those little yeast rolls. It is an awesome, awesome day. And we get to watch the Detroit Lions get their asses kicked while I make turkey.
You make turkey.
I make the turkey.
Oh, you make your own turkey.
Do you not know how to make turkey?
No, how?
Well, that's good because we're going to teach you how to make a turkey today, right now.
That's a turkey.
That is a whole turkey.
But it's not
It
just
is
yet.
15 pounds of fresh hen.
crap.
What we're going to do, we have 2 turkey fryers here.
Frying turkey.
Frying turkey. It adds an element of danger to your Thanksgiving
That's the
feast
best.
that I kind of like. You know, because we could make 2 turkeys. We could make 1 turkey and burn your house down. We could make 0 turkeys and burn the whole neighborhood
It's
down.
simple, right? Simple.
Oh, yeah, it's really straightforward. Yeah.
Turkey goes in fryer.
Exactly. So let's get started.
Where's the safety switch? All right, so assembly of the Butterball indoor turkey fryer, remarkably simple. It actually came pre-assembled. All you need to do, I actually had to disassemble it to take out the cardboard. And right now I have the heating element / control panel in my hand with the power cord. Let's do the final piece of assembly.
So we're inside, got the first turkey here in the sink. This water is probably like 80 degrees, 75 degrees. It's warmer than the turkey, cooler than body temperature. We're gonna remove the giblets and the liver, which is liver, neck, all that stuff. Usually they're in a bag. I'm just gonna put them over here. This is the butt. This is where you normally put stuffing. These are the legs, drumsticks. The breasts are up here. These are wings. And then this is the neck cavity. You can see, like if we were gonna put this in the oven, we'd fill this with stuffing on both ends and roast it. As it is though, you wanna make sure you take the neck out, and usually there's some other stuff in here. And I don't know if you can see this, but there are little bits of ice in there. So we definitely wanna get rid of those before we put this in the oil, or else it's gonna explode and do really gnarly things. So I'm just gonna let this sit in here for a few minutes. And I'm gonna move all the ice out that I can with my hands manually. I'm gonna do this for both turkeys, then we'll be right back.
To fry anything, you need oil. In this case, peanut oil. It's what we recommend. It's kind of expensive, but it is the best. So I'm gonna actually preheat the peanut oil in the fryer. It'll take about 35 minutes. And to fry a full 14-pound turkey, require 2 gallons. And there is a line conveniently marked max. Do not want to exceed that line. All right, time to plug the power in. Bam. Light is on, there's power. Now I'm gonna turn the temperature up all the way to 375 degrees.
Okay, so the next thing I gotta do is take this guy out, dry him off. I'm gonna salt and pepper the outside and the cavity before we take it downstairs and get it ready for the fryer. First thing I'm gonna do though is mix up some kosher salt and some black pepper. Usually I grind it fresh, Norm didn't have that. And I usually use Morton's kosher salt for this. It looks like this, you can get it at grocery stores everywhere. It's just the difference between kosher salt and normal salt is it's bigger flakes and it's a little less salty per teaspoon. So the first turkey's coming out of the water right now. I'm gonna let it drain all the way out, and then I gotta do some trimming to make sure that it works well with the fryer, because you want it to drain oil as it goes in and out of the fryer pretty easily. But before I do anything else, I'm gonna get the paper towels and I'm gonna pat it dry as much as I can. And I have a whole bunch of paper towels, because you don't wanna have any water on here when you're putting this guy in the oil. I can't overemphasize that enough. And you want to pat it dry both on the inside and on the outside. You also want to take away the extra pieces of fat and stuff that you see. There's no reason to keep these in here. They're just little bits of feather and general grossness. They won't hurt you. They just make your turkey look less awesome. I'm going to take the thighs out of the holder here. Some turkeys may or may not have this guy built in. If they don't, what you do is you just truss it with a piece of butcher string. Also, you should have butcher string. Make sure you get inside the cavity with your paper towels and get all that as dry as possible too. And it's also a good idea to feel around in there to make sure you don't have any excess ice that you may have missed. I actually use fresh turkeys. If you want to use frozen turkeys, you'll want to let them thaw for a couple of days in the freezer beforehand. Usually they have instructions on how to do that. I'll be back in just a minute and we'll do the last few cuts that we need to do before we move on to salting and peppering. So this is the turkey that's going in the Bayou Classic. That's the gas one that you lower down in the bucket. So to do that, we have to put a couple of cuts on the turkey so that the oil drains when you lift it in and out. The first one I'm gonna do is trim up around the front neck here. because you want to have unobstructed access to the neck hole. And I'm just going to trim a little bit of the fat and skin from around the front until that's totally clear. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, I mean, you just don't want to have a place for oil to bubble up or make a vacuum in there so it won't drain out. I don't know if you're supposed to do this or not, but I'm going to because it seems like a good idea. Pull this guy off. I think I can't remember what it's called. It's called an abbot's neck or a friar's neck or something like that. It basically goes around the bottom of the cavity. I just don't want it flapping around and causing a problem when I'm lowering the turkey into the oil. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take some more paper towels and just do one last pass for any moisture that I can pick up, both in the cavity and without, before we drop this guy into the oil. Let me go ahead and salt and pepper the bottom first. So I'm just taking and kind of sprinkling liberally here. You want to get even coverage, but if you miss a couple of spots, it's not a huge deal, especially on the bottom. This is going to get all fatted up. I'm going to put a little bit in the neck cavity, just kind of get it up in there and rub it. Now, if I was roasting the turkey, I'd normally, coat it with butter or olive oil or something at this point. But since it's going to be, submerged in oil in mere minutes, no need for that here. And then do the same thing with the back cavity. What happens is a lot of the fat and stuff runs through here, and it'll pick up the salt and pepper and distribute it through the meat nice and evenly. So I have 2 turkeys prepped, and I have 2 different turkey holders. I have this guy, which is the one that goes with the Butterball electric fryer, and this is the Bayou Classic. And the way this works is you just put the turkey in. There we go. That is exactly the way it should go. Says me, the guy who's never fried a turkey before. This is a little different. On this guy, you go butt side up. There's a hole through the neck, right there. Lower the spike through the hole, and it's gonna come out the top, and then that's how the turkey's gonna get lowered down on a metal hook. So then the last thing I'm gonna do is cut a couple of small holes on both legs, right where the drumstick meets the thigh, right here. This is just to let the oil drain when we lift the turkey up out of the fryer after this whole adventure is over. There we go. That's probably enough. 1 inch is probably more than enough. So I have a prepped turkey in a dingle dangle.
And I have 2 gallons of peanut oil that's heated up to 375 degrees 35 minutes later. We also have protective gloves.
Yeah, the electric said to use a protective leather glove. We're prepared.
And now we're ready to fry this turkey indoors.
Ish. Yeah, we're in a perfect place to burn down your entire house if this goes badly. Okay, open that thing up, Norm.
All right, lift the lid up. There goes peanut oil. Now the trick is to lower it very slowly so you don't splash any oil around.
That's what the instructions say, at least. I'm lowering. It's gonna start sizzling. There's the sizzle.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's making an incredible mess.
Is the entire turkey submerged?
Yep, and it's on the bottom. I'm lowering the dingle dangle. Shut the lid.
All right. So for a 14-pound turkey, we want to heat it for about 3.5 minutes to 5 minutes per
Figure
pound.
45 minutes to an hour, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yep.
We have a meat thermometer, so we'll check it. I'm going to say we should check it in about 40 minutes.
40 minutes sounds good. Set a timer.
Siri, set a timer for 45 minutes.
Your timer is set for 45 minutes.
Boom.
All right. So we're going to pour the oil into the bucket.
Oh, don't cross the streams.
So much peanut oil. How much oil are we putting in?
We're putting about 3 gallons. Oh, someone on your sidewalk there. Oops. We're putting in about 3 gallons.
Now there is a line that says maximum also in this this bin. Do not exceed that.
Yeah.
Play conservative. This
Now-
is how houses burn down.
Yeah, there's a safer way to do this, which we're not going to do because well, we messed up. But basically what you would do is fill this with water, put the turkey in here, then see how much water the turkey displaces. And when you lift the turkey out, you would know what the maximum amount you can put in is. I think this is probably about good for the size turkey we have. You want to be under rather than over here. Although, ideally you get it exactly right so you don't, float the turkey. So now it's time to put the thermometer in the oil.
Yes, very important. Thermometer has a explicit red area. Do not let it get hotter than 400 degrees.
Right, that would be bad. I'm going to turn on the gas at the regulator up here. And then I'm going to really slowly, well, first I'm going to close this air vent thing down here. Real slowly open this guy. Wait. Keep the fire there, Chan.
There
Is
it
it burning?
goes. It's
Okay.
burning. I see fire.
And now we very carefully lower the pot over the fire. You don't have your glove, but you'll be fine. Once we have the pot on the fire, we increase the temperature until it reaches about 350 degrees, at which point we lower down the gas. That should take 10 or 15 minutes. The instructions say we'll be back in a bit.
We are quickly approaching 350 degrees. Don't want to pass that.
We're like 345. I turned the heat down already.
Yeah, turkey on a dingle dangle.
Yeah, you do that with the red knob on the regulator, not at the tank. So I got on the dingle dangle. I'm gonna lower this guy in here real slow.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the idea is to lower this in slowly enough that if there's gonna be a problem with overflowing, you realize it before it's too late. You also don't want to hit it too fast or else it'll shock it and boil up. You can see that happening in the cavity right now. It said 60 to 90 seconds while you put it in. The temperature is going to drop when the bird hits the oil. You want to wear a pair of gloves. I'm wearing glasses. They're not really safety glasses, but they're glasses. And then I'm going to take the hook off.
All right.
And we should be good. It is boiling like a crazy man in there. Okay, so the timer just went off for 45 minutes. It looks like our turkey maybe didn't get all the way in the oil. I have a meat thermometer here. I'm just gonna jab it in the breast and see how we are on temperature. We're looking for about 160 on the breast and probably 170. 155 is probably okay on the breast. You don't want to overcook the breast. I don't think it's possible with this much oil involved. We're about 150, 155. I'm a little worried about this top part. I'm assuming Norm doesn't have a basting brush. It looks like it's cooked. It's saying 160 all the way up here on the very tip top. I'm saying we should give it like 5 more minutes and then hoist it out. This thing's gonna be an unbelievable mess to clean. Okay, so turkey's done. Give it another 5 or 6 minutes. The top's a little rare looking. I'm gonna hoist. I have my glove on, as you can see. Norm has a pan. He's gonna use the pan to carry it up, just so we don't drip grease all over the place. They say you can leave it in the basket for 10 or 15 minutes. I think that's a little ridiculous, but whatever. We'll follow the instructions as given. Norm's gonna carry it upstairs with the dingle dangle. It's been about 52 minutes. Should be right.
350 degrees.
I'm killing the gas.
All right.
Turn it off at the tank, you'll note.
That turkey looks really, really nicely golden brown.
First, I'm gonna lift off the thermometer just so that we don't knock it loose. I got the dingle dangle, making sure to get it on the hook and not on the
rack.
Yeah, you want to lower this out slowly
Oh,
so that
that's
the oil
so
can
fried.
drain. Okay, so I'm gonna let this drain for a moment or two. This looks really...
You could tear that drumstick off right now.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think that would be really burny. Okay, get your pan into there. All the way under. Is it too big for... Oh, we didn't think this through very well. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we noticed, the spot where this guy didn't get all the way in.
Yeah,
it
very
feels,
light.
Yeah, like the texture, it pushes right, so I'm pretty sure it's done. We stuck it with the thermometer. I'm not too
Just
worried
60
about
degrees.
it. It's just not real pretty looking.
Yeah.
I think we could have probably spooned some oil over it.
But we
or maybe
did
added a little
put
bit
enough
later.
oil to hit the max line.
Yeah, and
So
and
maybe
the,
it's the fryer.
and the turkey was under the size limit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and carve this guy first. The skin is real soft and almost tender. On the edges, it gets real crispy. This one's a lot tighter because it was in that basket. So, you know, where you can see the one in the Bayou Classic gets all spread out and kind of, you know, this guy is really dense and
The one in the Bayou
tight in
Classic
here.
looks more fried. It's also because we kept them there probably a little
Yeah.
longer than we should have.
Here's a leg for you, Norm. Congratulations, happy Thanksgiving.
I am happy. It is Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna cut the breast off here. Actually, I'm gonna take the wing off first. Seems like a Dexter moment for turkeys, but. Is that good? Is it everything, is it really hot? Oh, Norm. It's a little, the wing meat looks really nice. How's it taste? Good?
Yeah, it's really moist.
Wow. Norm, you need to get better knives. Or just knives.
Look at the top of the breast. It actually looks a little pink.
That's probably okay. The temperature was right. On this kind of stuff, I always say, trust the temperature. If it wasn't, then the juices would be running out and they'd be not clear. Yeah, if you see pink juices, that's usually a sign that you've undercooked. This looks really good. Get a little bit of skin in there. The skin's really, really crispy and delicious. I'm happy with this. I don't know if it's worth the hassle. Now let's cut this other one and see how it is. It's just popping right open. And it's just literally falling out of the joint. All I'm having to do is cut the meat from the bottom.
Oh, it's still super
and it's
hot.
done. So this one,
I'm a little over-fried on this one. Not as juicy. So that's from the outdoor.
this is from the outdoor, this is from the indoor. I think I prefer the outdoor. The indoor is probably a lot safer because you do have the thermostat and you don't have to worry about control.
If you're looking for fried turkey, the outdoor is going to get it.
Go big,
more
man.
Fried, yeah.
Don't screw around.
We
Here
also
you go.
use more oil. Thank you.
Yeah, the outdoor used a lot more oil. The indoor has less of a chance of fire because there's no exposed flame.
And
which
the
is
outdoor one actually was quicker to heat up the oil.
much quicker. It held the temperature better. Once we got the oil in, once we got the turkey in, it held the temperature a lot better. So a couple of things to mention.
Yep.
I added oil to the outside one.
I noticed that.
It really explicitly said don't do that when
You
we're at
added
your
2
house.
extra liters of oil,
Well, I filled it up so it covered the butt of the turkey.
but it didn't spill out.
Didn't spill out, no splattering or anything like that. I was really careful. Don't do that at home. It's not a good idea. A few things to mention. The oil is expensive.
Yes.
It was what, $10 for
10
2
bucks
liters?
for 2 liters, and we use between 2 of them 20 liters of oil.
More or less, yeah. So about $100 worth of oil, probably 40 or 50 depending on which fryer you use. The indoor fryer should absolutely not be used indoors.
Right. While it works, and technically can work indoors, tremendous amount of steam
Made
came
a
out of it.
lot of smell.
Yep, and peanut oil smell everywhere.
Yeah, right. Norm's whole house stinks right now, so sorry about that, dude.
That's all right.
There are tons and tons of instructions that came with both of these. We hit the high points. If you're gonna fry your turkey, read the instructions. There's a really good State Farm video with William Shatner. We'll put a link in the description or something
Now you
that
can't
explains how to
stuff
not.
the turkey either.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Stuffing the turkey is going to be bad.
So what about cleanup?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I have extra oil.
Yeah, so we have 20 liters of peanut oil in your garage right now cooling. You're gonna have to put those back in the original containers when it cools all the way down and find some place that will recycle peanut oil, or you can use it for other cooking if you so desire.
Don't pour it down the drain.
Or find a storm sewer maybe. No, that's against the law. Most recycling centers will take cooking oil. Call around, look at your phone book. There'll be instructions for that kind of stuff later. Or you could also use it to make an incredibly huge fryer. So which turkey did you like best, Norm?
I actually like the indoor turkey fryer one. I thought it was more moist.
I think we might have overcooked the outside one a little bit, partly because we couldn't get a good read on the thermometer. There's no way to get a thermometer in there into the turkey. I like the outside one just because I think it's going to be a lot easier. I feel like the 14-pound limitation on the indoors one is a little bit limiting. I want more turkey than that at Thanksgiving.
More chance of danger on the outside.
That's definitely true.
Higher risk.
I don't know that I'm into this. The turkey tastes really good. I think a well-roasted brined turkey is going to taste just as good, and you can cram its butt full of stuffing. So I'm going to be roasting my turkey this Thanksgiving. I don't
This
know
is
what
still
you're doing.
a whole lot of fun, and I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, for Tester, I'm Will.
I'm Norm.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving!